Omo, make I tell you truth. Forget all those shiny Hollywood movies where you dey watch every Christmas. You see those pictures of Jesus inside one clean wooden crib with bright stars and everybody wearing white clothes? Lies, dirty lies. If you fit travel, go back to the year 30 AD for Jerusalem. The first thing wey go hit you no be Holy Spirit, na the smell of rotten fish, animal dung and human sweat. Judea that time no be paradise. E be like one rugged slum where Roman boots dey constant for people neck. Listen well, because the reality of the world Jesus walked in go make your skin crawl. You think you know the story of the manger. You don't know anything yet. The manger where you dey talk about no be some fine furniture. In the real first century Israel, e be like one dark, damp cave where dem dey keep goat and cow. E dirty, e smell, and e full of flies. Mary no get doctor, she no get midwife, and she definitely no get Dettol to wash hand. She born the King of Kings inside one stone feeding trough where animals don already spit and mess inside. Imagine the dust, the cold, and the fear. Why? Because the world that time was cruel. Life was cheap. If you be poor person for that time, you be like sand for ground. Anybody fit match you. And let's talk about the food. You think dem dey chop jollof rice or fine bread? Tah! Most people that time they survive on barley bread wey hard like stone and some small dried fish wey full of salt. Meat? Forget am. Meat na for the rich people for Herod Palace. The average person for that time no get teeth because of the sand wey dey inside the bread from the grinding stone. Disease dey everywhere. If you get small wound for leg and e get infection, na die you dey die be that. No antibiotic, no hospital. If you reach 35 years old, dem go call you elder because most people no dey pass 30. Death was a constant neighbor. E dey knock for every door.
But the real wahala no be just the hunger or the sickness. Na the Romans. You see those guys wey get red cap and iron armor? Dem be the real admiral of the ancient world. Dem get one law wey go vex you. If one Roman soldier meet you for road, if he order you make you carry him heavy bag wey heavy like bag of cement, and you must carry am for 1 full mile. If you say no, na death, no argument. This was the dilemma of the mile. Imagine you dey go find food for your children. Your body don weak. Then one soldier just stop you and say, "Hey you, carry my load." This was the atmosphere of anger and bitterness where Jesus grew up. And then you get the tax collectors. These guys be like the area boys wey get government power. Dem go collect tax for your farm, tax for your house, tax for the water you dey drink, and even tax for the road you dey walk. Dem be your own brothers, but dem dey work for the enemy. They suck your blood, make them fit buy big houses for Rome. The hatred in the air was so thick you fit cut them with knife. People were waiting, them were praying. They want a leader, a warrior, somebody wey go burn down the Roman palace and give them back their dignity. But amidst all this death, the smell of animal waste and the sound of Roman whips, something strange started to happen. This carpenter boy from one small village where nobody like, Nazareth, start to talk. And he not talk like the rich Pharisees, he not talk like the politicians. He talk directly to the people where they inside the mud. He talk to the lepers where everybody they throw stone. He talk to the widows where no get 1 kobo. But before we enter into a message, make we look at the place them call the mouth of hell. Because for Jerusalem, hell won't be just something for afterlife. It be something you fit see with your 2 eyes and you fit smell them from miles away. And they talk about the valley of Gehenna. If you think your local dump site bad, you never see anything yet.
You see, for that time, if you be ordinary person, your life dey inside one big pressure cooker. And if you think say the smell for the manger bad, wait make I tell you about the place where them call Gehenna. If you go south of Jerusalem, you go see one valley. Today, if it be fine place, but 2,000 years ago, omo, na pure horror film. Gehenna was the city's official dump site. Them they throw everything inside, rotten food, dead animals, and even the bodies of criminals where no get anybody to bury them. To keep the smell from killing everybody for the city, them keep fire burning there 24/7. Day and night, the fire they smoke, the worms they chop the rotten flesh. When Jesus talk about hell where the fire never goes out and the worm does not die, he not just they talk grammar, he they point him hand to that valley. People go look down, see the smoke, smell the burning flesh, and them go cold for body. That was the hell them know, a place of total waste and shame. If you fall enter there, your story don't finish be that. But if Gehenna be the spiritual fear, the Roman soldiers be the physical nightmare. These guys no be your friends. Listen well. The Romans were masters of pain. Them no just want kill you, them want make everybody where they look fear till them they shake. You see that thing them they call flogging? No be the one way teacher they give for school, oh. The Roman flagrum be like whip where get pieces of bone and lead metal tied to the end. When them hit you, it no just mark your skin, it they pluck your flesh out like say person they harvest yam. One wrong move for front of one centurion and your back go look like minced meat inside market. And the Roman mile law where I tell you before, it get one dark side. If you carry that load and you slow down because your back they pain you, or because you never chop since morning, the soldier fit use him sword correct you. No be small thing. You be slave for your own land. You dey walk for road, you see your brother hanging for cross for side of the road, covered in blood and flies, and you must keep walking like say nothing happened. Why? Because the Romans want you to know say, we be the owners of your life. This was the peace of Rome. Peace where them build on top of blood and fear. People were angry. Their heart they boil like hot oil. Every small boy for the street of Judea get one dream, to find one big sword, join one group of rebels, and start to cut Roman necks. They were waiting for a Messiah we go be like a lion, one commander-in-chief we go lead army, carry weapons, and turn Jerusalem to war zone. But then, inside this darkness, inside this blood and smoke, Jesus start to talk something wey confuse everybody. He say, if person slap you for right cheek, turn the other one give am. Haba! People look am like say they craze. If soldier force you to carry load for 1 mile, carry am for 2 miles. Omo, you fit imagine the shock. People they look for warrior, but this man they talk about love. People they look for revenge, but he they talk about going the extra mile. But wait, Jesus no be mumu. That 2nd mile talk get one secret logic we go shock you. For Roman law, if a soldier force a civilian to carry load for more than 1 mile, that soldier fit get big trouble with him superior. So by walking the 2nd mile, you no be slave again. You don't become the person where they control the situation, and the soldier could start to the fear. This was a different kind of revolution, no be with sword, but with mind. But the rich people and the religious leaders, them no like him at all. For them, Jesus be like one person where they carry fire enter inside fuel station. Them start to the plan. Them start to the whisper for dark corners. Why the poor people for Judea, they struggle to find 1 cup of clean water, just a few miles away, inside the palaces of Herod and the high priests. The story was totally different. Omo, the lifestyle there go make you vex. Imagine people where they chop on top of gold plates, wearing silk where come from China and India, while their own brothers they die of hunger for street. This was the top 1% of the ancient world, and them were more corrupt than any politician you fit think of today. King Herod was a madman. He built big cities, theaters, and temples just to satisfy him ego. To pay for all these grammar projects, he sucked the blood of the common man through heavy taxes. If you no fit pay, then go take your land, take your children as slaves, and leave you with nothing but dust. And the worst part, the religious leaders, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, were supposed to protect the people, were actually inside the same pocket with the oppressors. These holy men turned the temple of God into a massive business center. Listen well, the temple in Jerusalem was the biggest bank in the Middle East that time. If you want to pray or sacrifice to God, you must change your local money to the temple currency. And the exchange rate, now pure broad daylight robbery. The priests were making millions of dollars in today's money, while the widows were giving their last kobo. This was the religious mafia. Them use God's name to build mansions and buy power. This is why when Jesus entered that temple and start to flip the cables of the money changers, it no be just small religious drama. It be like say person enter the central bank and start to scatter everywhere. He was attacking the very heart of their corruption. He called them whited sepulchres. Fine for outside, but inside them full of dead men bones and rottenness. The tension for Jerusalem that time was like a bomb waiting to explode.
On one side, you get the Roman army we're ready to kill. On the other side, you get the religious mafia we want to keep their business running. And for the middle, you get the zealots, the radical rebels where they hide daggers inside their clothes, waiting for any chance to stab a Roman soldier. Then, Jesus starts to talk about a kingdom. But he no say kingdom of Israel or kingdom of earth. He say kingdom of heaven. This confused everybody. The rebels think say, maybe this man go give us supernatural weapons. The priests think say, this man go take our job. But Jesus was doing something way more dangerous. He was telling the poor man, the beggar, and the prostitute say, you are more important to God than that priest inside the gold robe. In a world where you be nobody if you no get money or power, Jesus looked the man where get leprosy, the man where everybody they run from, and he touched him. You understand? He touched the untouchable. For that time, that act alone fit make people stone you to death, but he no care. He was breaking the social class system where the Romans and the priests used to control the people. But the more the people loved him, the more the trap was closing in. The Romans started to notice the crowds. The high priests started to whisper, this man must die before he ruins our business. And the betrayal was not going to come from a Roman soldier. It go come from one of the people we chopped from the same plate with him. Imagine the atmosphere for that Last Supper. The air was heavy with the smell of lamb and wine, but also with the smell of fear. Jesus knew, say, the system was coming for him. Not be because he commit crime, but because he was telling the truth in a world built on lies. The Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, was a man we no get conscience. History tell us say he was a brutal man we killed thousands of Jews without blinking eye. To him, Jesus be like one small fly where he fit crush with him finger. But he no realize say some things, once you start them, even the Roman Empire no fit stop him. The revolution of the heart was about to meet the machine of death for a place called Golgotha.
Listen well, because waiting I'm about to tell you now go make your heart heavy. You see, the Romans no just discover crucifixion to kill people. No, them discover arm to make death slow, shameful and painful beyond anything you fit imagine. For Rome, if you just die sharp, that one na messy. But for rebels and people like Jesus wey challenge the system, them want make your death be one long advertisement for their power. Before the cross, there was the scourging. I tell you before about that whip with lead and bone. By the time them finish with Jesus, he no look like human being again. His back was like a farm where tractor don't plow. But the Roman soldiers, them be like wicked boys for streets. Them no stop there. Them decide to play game with arm. Them find thorns, thick, sharp African-style thorns, and them weave them like crown. Then them press them inside him head. Omo, the blood blinded him eyes, but the soldiers were laughing, bowing to him in mockery. Hail, King of the Jews! Then, them force him to carry the patibulum, the heavy wooden crossbar. Imagine you don't lose blood, your body don't weak, you never chop, then them put heavy timber for your bleeding back, make you carry am past the crowded streets. The smell of the city, the heat of the sun, and the insults of the people wey been dey sing Hosanna just a few days ago. The betrayal was complete. When them reach Golgotha, the place of the skull, the real horror start. Listen carefully. The Romans no use rope. Them use iron nails, thick like your finger, and them no nail the palm of the hand. If you nail the palm, the weight of the body go just tear the hand past the nails. No, them nail the wrists, exactly where the main nerves they pass. Every time you move, it be like say electric shock they fire through your whole body.
Them they lift the cross up and drop am inside the hole. Bam! The shock of that drop go dislocate your shoulders immediately. Now, imagine hanging there. To breathe, you must push yourself up using your legs, the same legs where them don't nail to the wood. Every breath is a struggle. Every breath is a choice between suffocating or feeling the iron tear your flesh again. This no be movie o. This was the calculated science of pain. The Romans go put you for the side of the main road. Why? Because they want every person where they enter Jerusalem to see you. They want every small boy to look up and say, I no go ever challenge Rome, make I no end like this man. Crucifixion was a billboard of terror. And for the religious leaders, this was their victory. Them stand for the bottom of the cross, they laugh, they shout, "If you be God's son, come down, make we see." But even inside that pain, something strange happened. Jesus no shout, "I go deal with una." He no curse them. Instead, he look those same soldiers we nail am. He look those same priests we betray am, and he say, "Father, forgive them, for them no know wetin them they do." Haba, this one pass human understanding. How person fit get love inside this kind agony? The atmosphere for Golgotha start to change. The sky turned dark for midday. The ground start to shake. Even the Roman centurion, a man wey don kill hundreds of people, a man wey him heart hard like stone, looked up and said, "Truly, this was the Son of God." Inside that darkness, the old world was dying. The world of eye for an eye, the world of Roman boots and religious mafia was meeting a force wey he no fit handle. But as Jesus take him last breath and say, "It is finished," the priests think say the matter don't end. Them think say them don't silent the carpenter boy forever. Omo, them make the biggest mistake in history. Because you fit bury a man, but you no fit bury the truth. And waiting follow after that Friday go change the vibration of the whole earth forever.
Listen to me well, because this is where everything changes. After that Friday, the Romans thought they had won. The high priests went home to sleep, thinking the carpenter boy was just another footnote in history. They put a massive stone in front of the tomb and stationed elite soldiers to guard it. They wanted to make sure that the truth stayed buried. Omo, they were fighting a losing battle. You see, you can kill a man, but you cannot kill an idea whose time has come. On the third day, something happened that shook the foundation of the world. The tomb was empty. Now, whether you be believer or historian, you cannot deny the fact of what followed. Those same disciples were been they hide inside room because of fear. People like Peter were deny Jesus because he dey shake for front of a small girl. Suddenly, they became lions. They came out to the same streets of Jerusalem, facing the same soldiers who killed their master, and they started to shout, "He is alive." Haba, where did that courage come from? These men didn't have guns, they didn't have money, and they didn't have the support of any government. All they had was the truth of what they saw, and that truth started to spread like wildfire in a dry bush. The Romans tried to stop it. They arrested them. They threw them to lions inside the arena. They turned them into human torches to light up Nero's garden. But the more the Romans killed them, the more the message grew. Why? Because for the first time in history, the poor man, the slave, and the outcast felt like they belonged to something greater than the Roman Empire. They found a kingdom where the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. A kingdom where love is stronger than the sword of a centurion. Haba, think about it. Within 300 years, the same empire that nailed Jesus to a cross surrendered to his message. The temples of the old gods crumbled, the Roman eagles bowed, and the world was never the same again. The peace of Rome built on blood was replaced by a peace of heart that has lasted for 2,000 years. So, when you look at that cross today, don't just see a religious symbol, see a revolution. See the moment when humanity decided that even in the darkest, stinking stables of life, there is hope. That even under the boot of an oppressor, there is dignity. You watching this video right now in Lagos, Abuja, or anywhere in the world, maybe you feel like you are in your own Gehenna. Maybe life is squeezing you and the Romans of your life are putting heavy loads on your back. Remember the man from Nazareth. He walked that extra mile so that you don't have to walk alone. He faced the worst of humanity so that he could bring out the best in us. The truth is raw, the history is bloody, but the message is clear. Darkness can only hide the light for a few days, but the morning always comes. No be small thing, this is the history that changed your life, whether you know it or not. Now, if this story touched your soul, if you don't see the world the same way again, I want you to do something. Don't just close this video. Share this with one person who needs to hear that hope is real. Drop a comment below and tell me I am no longer blind.
Support the channel by hitting that subscribe button and join this community of truth seekers. We are just getting started. This is not just history, this is your story. Stay wise, stay strong, and I will see you in the next deep dive. Out.